I sometimes just do random Google searches on like apartment locating to see what Google is ranking via SEO. And then for some reason, this comment from 2 years ago is like popular on Reddit. It's like one of the first options that come up if you type in apartment locating. And it's just so wrong. I have to comment on this, okay? So this is the comment by Loki, no profile image. Apartment locating can be lucrative, yes, but not as lucrative as the most successful realtors. False. Apartment locators average more income than realtors. Google proves it, Glassdoor proves it, Indeed.com proves it, Simply Hired proves it. There's so many sources now. I was saying this years ago, but now there's actual sources that agree with what I'm saying. The average income for an apartment locator is like over 70 grand compared to 45 as a realtor. So also not true. It's pretty easy work from home depending on your company. Okay. Move for free. I taught agents from there. They're in my academy. That's funny. I think requires an office as they pay a salary and want to see you working. If you work with other offices, most of them are commission based. We're all commission based. You will likely be doing a ton of posting on Facebook and Craigslist and Backpage to generate business. No comment on that one. Okay. Renters are okay. Quick comment on that one. It's not just Facebook and Craigslist. Okay, our guerrilla marketing method is way better than all three of those. Working with influencer shoutouts and having a real social media content tool and strategy is better than all three of those. Paid advertisements work when you do them right. You do cold campaigns on Google and retargeting on Meta. I could just go on and on. That one triggered me. Let's continue. Renters are even less loyal than buyers and sellers. What? What does that even mean? A renter is a person. A buyer is a person. A seller is a person. It's the same person. They're not different species. So why would renters be less loyal than buyers and sellers? Renters should be more loyal to locators because our service is free. If you work with a realtor, you're paying the realtor. The buyer agent's getting paid by the person, the seller person, and the seller, the listing agent, is getting paid by a person. Apartment locators don't get paid by the renter. We get paid by the apartment community. So why would, if we're both licensed real estate agents and we're both helping people, why would renters be less loyal to us when we don't even charge them? This person's doing the business wrong. If you work with Zoom calls, you can imitate an in-person appointment and build rapport that way. And as long as you have offers and incentives, you can really help add value while making more money in the apartment locating industry. So I highly disagree with the sentence, renters are even less loyal than buyers and sellers. How could that be the case? So it is even more of a numbers game. No, but you rarely have to drive people around. Okay, yeah, if you work from home, the way I've been influencing the market, right? Because some brokers actually require their agents to escort. I think I shed a lot of light on that over the years, though. If you work with a real estate office that offers locating, you have potential buyers in the future. Not really, unless you have a CRM in place that nurtures them through a long-term nurture and then is adding value while they're in your CRM, then you're asking them by reaching out if they need help to buy a home. You don't just get potential buyers in the future by just locating. You need a system on the back end to help you get there. But yeah, that's like for me, 5 or 10% of my rental clients for the year might need help buying a house. That's the rate, 5% to 10%. It's hard to get to 10%, but it's possible. If you work for a place like Move for Free, I've taught those people, they don't do anything but locate. Good. So it might be in your interest to befriend a realtor to refer buyers to. Okay, yeah, okay, solid advice, definitely. I like to send my leads to realtors that I like as well, because I don't like to get involved in resale or listing agreements. There's just too much contract work with being a realtor. So, okay, valuable sentence, credit where credit is due. He's saying refer your leads to a realtor, good. Nothing like collecting that 25% just for making a phone call or sending an email. Oh, he's talking about the realtor referral. Right. The average, he's saying the average rate, if you refer one of your clients to another realtor, they sell their house or help them find resale or something, then the average referral rate is like around 25%. Some pay 20, some pay up to 30. So yeah, 25% is the average rate. Okay, credit where credit is due. Cool. Let's get, why is this ranking? Why is this Reddit post like super ranking on Google? I don't know. Okay. But me as a realtor directly cannot do leasing. Yeah, you can if you're a realtor. That's a crazy thing. Guys, realtors don't even know what apartment locating is. My clients that I helped find an apartment and made thousands of dollars off of, some of them were realtors. Isn't that comical? Okay. And they don't mind because I provided them a service, I added value, I helped them secure a good apartment, and it's not their area of expertise. They just are into resale. So that's why I've had realtors as clients of mine, but yes, they could have made their own commission. Okay, I do leases on the side and when it's slow. Pretty easy gig. Okay, yes, it is. Being a locator is easier than being a realtor. Why would you do it on the side though? If it's such an easy gig, just do it full time, like I do. And then take 10% of your renters and then help them buy new home construction only, because helping buyers get involved in new home construction is way easier than resale or listing a house. Quick story on that thought. I listed my parents' house. This is a few years ago, right after like COVID, when the market was super hot and things were going like 20 to 40% or 50% over asking. You guys remember that? So I listed my parents' house. Back then, years ago, it was like $550K we were asking. We ended up selling it for $640K. That's how crazy the market was back then, if you remember. And we sold that house in 2 days. Just 2 days. We listed it, 2 days sold under contract, okay? So you would think that that's easy when you're, a realtor doing resale. It was so many contracts, so many appointments, so many things back and forth and writing DocuSign that I swear before we hit closing, it was like weeks, a couple weeks of contract work back and forth that could have went wrong somewhere. And I'm like, and so I just remember the feeling, right? Because I dealt with that. I was like, surely I can sell my parents' home by myself. And I did. But oh my God, we sold in 2 days and it was still so much work with all the contracts and stuff. It was wild. And it really reminded me about why I like apartment locating more. So anyways, do you have to take additional license or paperwork to show apartments? No. I was helping a client and the apartment said I needed to be approved vendor. That's something completely different. That's your brokerage firm. If you're a real estate agent working under an apartment locating company, the broker, yeah, needs to be a vendor sometimes, not all the time. That's the other part, is that usually one property might have a vendor registration and another apartment might not. And you just send an email and get paid. So yeah, that's something that your broker needs to deal with. So the big takeaway here is work under a brokerage firm that it does locating full time. Don't go to a general real estate office, because then you have to deal with all the vendor stuff yourself. And that's a whole nother full-time job. Okay, I just like to read this replies. I don't show apartments. Right, you don't have to show apartments. You just do a Zoom call and then send the client out. That makes sense. I want to read the rest of these replies. I'm not sure I understand your question. Basically, do I need to sign up with any software vendor system to lease apartments? Yeah, like 5, and sometimes none. That's how our industry is. The collection side is a little bit complicated. That's why you probably need mentorship. There's a free locating engine, but it's on the primitive. Oh, watch them. They're going to talk about apartment data. It's on the primitive side, but a lot of new agents use it to get started. Apartment data systems, don't use that. It's so bad. The more modern system is relatively expensive. No, it's not, dude. It's $40 a month. How is $40 a month relatively expensive? This is free. So $1 relative to $0 is expensive. These people on here. This Loki character is funny. It's relatively expensive. Well, yeah, because apartment data is free. So, okay. But guys, if you compare the apartment locating database, like he's talking about smart apartment data, they're the leader. They're like $40 a month. That's it. That's the only tool locators need to pay. If you compare that to being a traditional realtor, they pay for the MLS subscriptions, quarterly dues, the super key, and it's annoying as heck to just have to log in that portal. Have you used the MLS in Austin? The thing is just designed by like a 1999 UI designer. It's crazy. Apartment locating databases are just more modern with UI. But yeah, it's way more expensive to sign up to the MLS. We broke down the numbers at one point, and here in Austin, it was like averaged out with the super key and all the fees and stuff. It averaged out to be like $167 a month for the MLS subscription. Compare that to 40, the locator databases are still inexpensive, not relatively expensive. Okay. You don't have to be a realtor in the sense of being a part of the MLS and having key card access and registered with the state and national associations to conduct apartment locating, but that will depend on your office and state. No, it doesn't, dude. You don't. This person not having key card registered with the state and national associations to conduct apartment locating, but that will depend on your office and state. No, it doesn't. In every single state in the United States, you don't need to be a part of a national association to do apartment locating. That whole statement was false. This all applies to Texas, where I am located. In Texas, you do have to be licensed real estate agent. Yeah, you have to be licensed, of course, except for the states Colorado and like Atlanta. You don't actually need to be licensed to do apartment locating. Isn't that interesting? I have a live recorded call of that where I'm on the phone with Dora, the Department of Real Estate and Agriculture in Colorado. And I'm straight up, they told me over a live call that I recorded, you don't need to have a real estate license to do anything multifamily. So we confirmed that. Anyhow, interesting. I like to just scope out the Google SEO landscape. Maybe I'll do more comment videos like this. What are your thoughts? Let me know if you like these comment videos of me thinking on the fly, no script. If not, I won't do this ever again. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.